Retort clown, debauchery. I invent the evilest thing I possibly can put on my face. Constructed of leather, cop shades, a chrome Ming the Merciless hat, put it all together, can't see shit, can't breathe, can't feel, can't do anything. Very painful. That was a personal pain. I lost my dad the album before and my mom the album before. And that's how I felt. I didn't want to talk. I didn't want to do interviews. I just want to be in my own world and be reminded.
All Hope Is Gone was that was different. That was very different. That was probably the most disconnected and separated I've felt doing a record.
That's the only record, the only album done in Iowa, and it's my least favorite. No tension, no pain, just efficiency. Able to go home, able to sleep. That's not good. It's not good for what we do.
This album was just very separated.
I was just kind of worried if we were kind of like saving too much money by trying to stay home, and maybe should have just gone out somewhere else like we had, you know, on previous albums.
I don't even remember if we necessarily like jammed as a band before we recorded that record.
It seemed a little more, almost a little more like DIY. Wasn't like working with Ross.
Our producer at the time just could not seem to get all 9 of us in a room to actually play as a band. Joe recorded that album without anybody playing with him, drum-wise. And then we all had to go in and layer over what he had done. It's the least amount of time we spent on pre-production. Not one of my favorite records.
I just find it ironic that it was so hard to make and left such a bad taste in my mouth. And it became #1 on Billboard. It was just such an evil joke that something you barely could give anything of yourself to becomes #1.
If you have a negative bent, you're going to use that as an excuse to do terrible things.
If you're fucked in the head, you're fucked in the head, and you're going to take it from wherever you take it from. But I listen to the most extreme gore, horror stuff, and I've never, for a split second, thought of actually doing any of that.
Metal music has helped me so much not do things that are bad, or, you know, things that, you know, a teenage kid with angst, or, you know, even in my 20s, you know, it was a great outlet for me to let some aggression go, relax, you know, get that out of my system and go to bed. So, you know, I owe a lot to music, and especially to metal music.
If you have a positive bent, you're going to use it to try and change the world.
I can lose myself in a guitar and some recording equipment, and to me that's a better way to lose myself than sort of, I guess, drinking my troubles away and forgetting about it for a night, because, you know, it's still going to be there. At least if my problems are still there after putting an arrangement together of music, at least I've something to show for it, other than a hangover and bad breath, I guess. I don't know.
I help kids let go of some of the pain that they're holding on to. And if I get one kid to do something great with their life, then so be it.
As we started doing photos, I took my photos in this abandoned school. Just outside the hallway, there's a sign that said, "All hope is gone." Members of the band, you know, mainly Corey, I remember, saying that would be a great song title and probably even better album title. I hated it. I'm as Slipknot as you can be, and we're pretty known for being against, but I'll tell you, even though I hate, even though life is hard, and I use pain as a paintbrush, there's always hope. I was confused with that until Paul died. Then it made sense. That's painful shit to have a foreshadowing like that. After that lesson, when I get vibes like that for things, all it does is remind me it could be a foreshadowing, and that's fucking scary. The 5th record, most beautiful epiphany.